Hey guys, it's Miranda here at Sunshine and Grace, where I make journals and ephemera for life sown in sunshine and grown in grace. Today we are making little micro journal charms. This is a 40-page micro journal with a beautiful butterfly charm on a ball pen that can be used as like a spine dangle or something. I'm going to open it up so you can see the inside. You just pop the little beaded tie off. It's a trifold. You can see there are 40 little teeny tiny pages. I will say this is fiddly to make. Probably the most fiddly thing I've made in a very long time. Probably about made me pull my hair out, and that's why I'm like over a week late getting the tutorial out. Because I may have done this like 6 times trying to film the tutorial. And the video just doesn't come out good. But there you go. We're going to make that, and we're hoping for the best tonight. And y'all, she's gorgeous. I mean, seriously, she is. All right, to get started, you're going to take a scrap. You're going to need 5 scraps. You're going to need 4 scraps of just either coffee dyed or something paper that are about just under an inch tall, and either 4 strips that are, like 8 inches, or you could just do, I use just literally little cut-offs from something else, but they need to be about 2 3/4 of an inches long and about an inch tall. And you're gonna need a scrap of printed paper that is an inch by about 2 3/4. And you're going to take the printed paper and Mod Podge it about 5 coats on both sides. And as you put the coats on between, like when one's dry and you put the next one on, say you brushed it this way the first time, like, left and right or across it, brush short ways the next time. And alternate each time, and that gives you like a canvasy, you hear that? That gives that feel, which is kind of cool. And what the paper does is make it very durable, since it is a charm. And then I already have that step done because obviously that took a while. And I've already cut my pages because that also is fiddly and very hard for me to do on camera. It was actually the point where I would mess the videos up before usually. So I already did that part, but you just take your papers, like say these were the ones I was going to use. I would take them, stack them up somehow like I wanted them to be. That's not very neat, but just ignore that. Stick them in the journal on the left-hand side, and then you would just mark and cut that out where you wanted it. Okay, so I've got those 2 parts done. Now we're going to need a chain, obviously, a bulb pin, some beads, an eye pin, and some jump rings, and a couple sets of pliers, as well as a pokey tool, a needle to sew with. And let me grab my needle. I'm going to use a big sharp needle to poke the holes, and then this smaller needle to sew them with, okay? Trying to make sure you're still in frame. That camera's passing out on me again. And then you need thread to sew with. I am just going to use a little of, not that, what did I just knock in my lap? Is that a needle? Nope. It was a big old thing. I don't need that pink stuff that I drug out. I'm going to use that twine right there. Some kind of hemp stuff. I don't have a whole lot left, and I want to get rid of it. Okay. We're going to get started here. What you're going to do is you're going to take your needle, your big needle, and you're going to come right up at this is the left-hand side, this is the right-hand side. You can see because the writing is the right way up. And you're going to open it, and you're going to poke a hole about 1/8 of an inch from the top. Make it a little big so you can see it. Take a jump ring. I am using small jump rings. If you got bigger ones, more power to you. I can't find my big ones. I think I had like 5 big ones. You're going to need about 4 of these, but I always just get a bunch out because they're hard to count. And you're going to put it through that hole. And you're going to close that up so that kind of helps hold it in place. You're going to grab your, whatever those are called, needle nose pliers, and close that back up. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to reopen it in a few minutes anyways. Okay, now grab your signature. Tap that little puppy to get it all lined up good. Because if it's not lined up good, you'll have a difficult time. Stick it in your journal cover. Line it up where you want it. I like it to come all the way to the edges, but if you want it to be shorter than that, you can do that. Okay, and then find your center. And then try to keep everything pressed into that tight. And come about 1/4 of an inch down and just punch a hole in it. Do what you gotta do to get this done, you guys. It's hard. Okay. You know, you're punching through a lot. You want to be really careful not to punch into that hole, though. I came very close to it there, which means I'll probably keep this journal. And then you come about 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom. Do the same. If you need to punch it out like that and fold it, you can do that, and it'll keep you in the seam a little bit. Okay, there we have our holes. Try to hold on to that. Grab a clip or something if you got it. Maybe one of these puppies. Just hold everything together with it. Okay. Save yourself the trouble that I went through. You want to measure a piece of string to tie with. That is 1, 2, approximately 3 times as long as the area you're working with. Cut it. Thread it through. Thread it through your needle. My needle doesn't actually like this hemp stuff. Okay, unclip. Go through the top one. Being very careful to make sure you do not puncture that. Okay, and then come in through your bottom one. But I'm going to fold it to make it easier. If you fold that, it'll go straight to... I just poked myself and pulled everything out. Okay, if you fold your spine a little bit, that will actually go through all layers easier than if you try to do it with the spine open. I just discovered that when I was making 46 little tiny rustic notebooks this week. See, it comes straight through that way. I don't know why that works, but it does. So if you can make binding a journal easier, I say go for it. Y'all, it's not supposed to be difficult. Okay, that is not the hardest part of this. Actually, this probably for me binding it is the hardest part. Because it's the part where I just keep messing up when I try. And I have to cut new signatures. Okay. You want to take your knot. And you just want to tie another knot. You can tie this on the outside if you wanted to. I feel like there's so much going on the outside of this thing that I'm not putting anything out there. And I just do 2 knots. You can do 3. Then when I'm done, I'll take a little tiny dot of art glitter glue and stick on the center of that knot and let that dry. I don't have to worry about that knot coming loose. Snip it. Cast aside. Voila. You have a little 40-page journal. Okay. Now you're going to take on your cover, the front cover, the piece that folds over like this. You're going to find about the halfway and about, I don't know, maybe a 1/2 inch. You kind of want not quite the center, but almost to the center, and you poke a hole. Okay, and you want to make that hole pretty good sized. That'll look pretty. Okay, we're going to make our thing. You need to get a twine that you like, anything that you like. And you want to be able to wrap it at least 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and then to give me room, I go 5. And then I cut a little extra. This is just to allow room for all the knots. Okay. We're going to thread our needle just to make it easier to get it through that little hole there. Okay. Then we're going to push it through that hole that we made. Just get it through there like that. Okay. Now we're going to do a little knot where you do your cross, like, you know, you wrap it around to make a loop. The bear goes into the cave, he comes out of the cave. He goes back into the cave and comes back out of the cave. He goes back into the cave and he comes back out of the cave 3 times. And then this gives you the prettiest little knot that looks almost like a bead. You see that? And let me pull that to make sure that won't pop through. Oh yeah, we're good. Okay. Then you just trim it down, that won't come out. And you come to the end here, you wrap it, and you see 1, 2, 3. You want it to be 3 times around to the front, and you want to pinch just beyond that and make a knot. You're going to do that exact same process. The bear goes into the cave, he comes out of the cave. He goes back into the cave, and he comes out of the cave. He goes back into the cave, because he's getting old and forgets everything. It's kind of like me. He comes back out of the cave, and then you just take and work that knot. Just pull it together like that. You get a pretty little knot. Then we're going to cheat. Grab a glue stick here, because we need to make this end stiff. So we're going to take and put glue all over it. Stick that to the side. And then figure out which way your thing twists. Twist that puppy up tight. It'll get pretty stiff really quick. Okay, and it gets a good point to it. Now, pick up one of your biggest beads and feed that through the hole. Come up till it hits that knot, and then tie it off. And you're going to do that exact same knot. The bear goes into the cave. You want to keep this as close to that first knot as possible. He comes out of the cave, he goes back into the cave, comes back out of the cave, and he goes back into the cave and comes back out of the cave one last time. Okay, now I always have a hard time getting that knot to come down where I really want it to be. So I have to kind of work with it. It doesn't have to be touching that, but it needs to be within, you know, like, oh wow, okay, never had that happen before. So in that case, what we're going to do is put one regular knot there. Try to encompass that, the bear cave knot in it, okay? Because I've never had that happen. I'm telling y'all, every single time I have tried this project, it's a video. Now, I can sit and make these all day by myself as long as I don't turn that camera on. When I turn that camera on, daggum ticky, but I get like, it's like I'm being hindered. I mean, seriously, it's weird. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then you just pop that little bead joker. Oh, come on. I really wish that was like a ½ inch bigger. My life would be a lot easier. Okay, you just poke it under one of those strings. Okay, and yes, it's dangly. It's okay. All right, now we're getting to the funner parts because I honestly found that very frustrating. I need a butterfly. I have a peachy one somewhere. I had it out a while ago, you guys. And right before, there it is. Right before I turned the camera on, my desk, a bolt fell out. I had to stop and fix it. And when I did, that one fell off. Go figure. I am not kidding. It is really like I'm being hindered, which is so weird. Okay, grab you a jump ring. I'm just going to go ahead and say, yes, this is just as fiddly as trying to fit it through that. Because there's a teeny tiny hole there. If you've got something else you want to use for a charm, peeps, I say go for it. I just happen to be absolutely madly in love with these butterflies. So I find myself using them on absolute... That has never went that easy. Even on the ones that I thought it went good on, it didn't go that easy. Okay, you just close your jump ring and you want to put one more jump ring on there. So how's everyone today? I haven't even had a chance to ask. But we're going to be doing some pretty simple bead work for the next few minutes, so we'll chat. I hope you guys are doing good. We are good. It has been a very busy week in a good way. I mean, like there was a lot going on, but it wasn't bad things. It was like good things, just, like life things. I like it when it's just life things, like normal things and not like everything goes crazy. I don't like crazy. We deal with a lot of crazy, but I don't really like it. Our little ducklings are absolutely adorable. They're getting big. I'm going to try this smaller pair. Sometimes I can get in there easier with them. I told you that one went way too easy. Okay, got it. All right. So there, those are on. Now I was supposed to put that on there. I knew there was a reason I wasn't supposed to close it yet. Where is it? Where is it? Come back. Come back. Didn't even close all the way anyways. I bet it's open enough that I can fit that through there. See, it didn't really close. I just thought it closed. Well, if my big fat fingernail wasn't in the way. That fingernail's been driving me crazy all week. I like split it or something the other day. And when I tried to clip it, I clipped it down into quick. It has not been happy with me ever since. Okay, there. I think now I can get these on here. All right, that is closed that time. Okay, now you're going to take your pretty bead, your eye pin thing that you just stuck on there, and put your biggest bead. Then you're going to use a little bead. I'm just using some random glass beads. You know what? I think I'm just going to use the little one, because I'm wanting to put some of these pretty ones on down here, these glass ones. I want one of these crystal ones. And really, there's no rhyme or reason to what you do here. Just do whatever makes you happy, peeps. That's all I do. I just look at the beads and I'm like, oh, I love that one. Like this one. Do y'all see that amazing color on that? Yeah, it gets me in the feels. Okay. Can we fit one more? Boom. Oh, you guys, look at that. Look at that sparkle. Love it. Okay. You want these little doohickeys. I want to say they're called round nose pliers. I'm not a jewelry maker. So, yeah, don't listen to me for jewelry making tips. Just listen to me for journal making tips. And if we pretend to make jewelry while we make our journals, nobody's going to be the wiser. So what you do is you take at the very, very tip where it's very tiny and you roll it. Then you bring it, make sure you roll it in to touch itself so that the wire touches and you can grab it again. And then you roll it again. And that rolls it straight down into that bead. Pinch that little puppy off. If you need to take your pliers and adjust it to kind of make it look nice, even bend it back like that. There you go. You've got one nice looking little bead that's crookeder than a dog's hind leg. Okay, now it's a nice looking little bead. Thing, charm, dangle, pretty thing. Take an eye, jump ring, whatever these are called. Jump rings. Yeah, jump rings. Because I'm getting tired and my brain is starting to scream no. And fit that through there. And pick up your chain. You need less than 3 inches. And this is just a necklace that I did not wear anymore. And I thought the beads were really pretty, so I took them off and stole the chain to use for this project. And I'm going to use the beads in some other things. Smash that puppy flat. Smash it again to make sure it's really tight. Boom. You got it. Okay. Now, you're going to take and where you close this thing up. That's why I said it didn't really need to be super tight, because you'd be getting into it again. Turn it so you can get to it. And then pop it just slightly open. Being careful because that's, very delicate. And then you pop the chain on that piece too. For some reason, if one side goes easy with the chain, the other side will not go easy. I don't know what it is about trying to get a chain on that gives me, okay, that went way too easy, you guys. Okay, smash that puppy flat. Okay, then you just decide where you want them to hang, and you grab your, whatever this is. Okay, we just won't do the bead, okay? Because apparently it doesn't want a bead there. So take your eye pin, thread it through one of the loops in your chain. This, oh, I need a bead. I need beads because the beads are pretty. So I'm just going to put the bead on the front. Okay, there we go. It's not the way I wanted, but it's almost the way I wanted. And I'm going to mess with the beads later. There you go. That is that, y'all. One absolutely adorably cute micro journal dangle charm. Let's get that out of the way. All right. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you make it, look me up on social media and let me see pics, because I want to see how you did it. I want to see how it turned out for you. If you found value in this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it. And hit that dinger thingy, the bell, so that you can get notified when I put out new videos. Because here at Sunshine and Grace, I love bringing you guys videos showing you how to make beautiful journals and ephemera using inexpensive items or items that you already have around your house. And just, because our art is supposed to be joyful. is supposed to bring us happiness. And if we're spending a fortune doing it, that's not going to bring us happiness. That's just going to cause stress. So I try to keep everything low key and stress free. So that's what I'm all about here. And I want to thank you all for watching. And I want to remind y'all, Jesus loves you so much, he died for you. And if you don't already know that, please message me. I would love, love, love to tell you about my precious Savior, tell you the greatest love story ever, and get you settled for eternity right now. Because whether you know it or not, you're going to live forever. You're either going to live upstairs in heaven, downstairs in hell. And trust me, you want to go up, okay? So if you've got any questions about anything at all, the projects I make, your eternal state, y'all need prayer, you just want to talk about anything, let's talk about Jesus, y'all. That's my favorite subject. Second favorite subject has got to do with junk journals. So y'all get a hold of me, and it'd be my joy to talk to you. Really, I love talking to y'all. I can make and do so many things here at Sunshine and Grace, but I can't grow my channel without you. I can't grow this with this, what I'm trying to make this into. I can't do it without you guys. You are vital to this. So I thank you. I love you. And y'all have a great day, and we'll chat soon. Grace and peace. Bye-bye.